All right, so Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin over the last couple of weeks, and ever since the beginning of June, we've seen Ethereum start to dominate. While Bitcoin has been continuing to drop, Ethereum has actually outperformed Bitcoin, which you could see right here with the Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart. At the beginning of May, we saw 0.019 for ETH to BTC. Now we're all the way up to 0.025. So Ethereum has really been gaining, and this is the cycle that we see in every single market, like bull market. With Bitcoin, you usually see Bitcoin rally first, then Ethereum, then large caps, then altcoin season. So really, now that we're finally starting to see Ethereum rally, I've been looking into a lot of different meme coins, specifically on the Ethereum blockchain, projects that are going to benefit from Ethereum starting to outperform. And one of these projects that I invested in just a few days ago is already up significantly. It's called Zeus, and Zeus right now is at a $21 million market cap. And the cool thing about Zeus coin is that this is a project that is being talked about by some of the biggest names in the crypto space. We're seeing that if you look at their chart, that they've been really performing really well over the last couple of days, up around 30-40% in the last few days alone, but still off from its all-time highs, which were around double where we are now. If we look at the 4-hour charts, we can see the all-time highs were a little more than double what we see right now, and this presents a pretty good room for Zeus coin to grow, especially with what we're seeing with Ethereum. And if we look at the meaning behind Zeus, the whole entire project, some things about it, you can see that Zeus coin is, it says, meet Pepe's dog, Zeus, Matt's alter ego within the Pepe universe, and join the community. If we look at their website, it says, in the wild world of memes, every hero needs a sidekick, and for Pepe, that's Zeus. That's why they show the picture of Pepe and Zeus. Zeus represents loyalty, strength, and unbreakable bond between Pepe and his best friend. While Pepe rules the meme universe, Zeus stands by his side, ready to protect, entertain, and lead the next generation of meme culture. So with what we're seeing right now in the overall crypto space, I think Zeus is going to continue to perform extremely well as we're seeing more and more people put money into Ethereum, because you could see that Ethereum to BTC had been trending down for months and months and months, and now we're finally starting to see it reverse, and that is a very good sign for Ethereum meme coins and Ethereum projects. So if we're looking at Zeus, there's a lot of things to like about it. So the first thing is like what I said with their whole entire mission, whole entire idea behind it, how Zeus is Pepe's dog. The cool thing about this is that if you're looking at the top meme coins by market cap, Pepe has been continuing to be one of the top meme coins, and if we're looking at it right now, it's the third largest meme coin, and it has the 35th largest market cap out of all cryptocurrencies out there. So that makes me really excited to see, because there's a lot of potential for Zeus to be, one of the top players in this space. In addition to this, if we're looking at what's else is going on with Zeus, we see that in terms of their tokenomics, there's really a lot to like. The total supply is 420,690 trillion for the total supply, 0% tax for both buying and selling, and the LP has been burned. So really, everything looks good there in terms of the tokenomics and supply. Other thing with this project is that if we're looking at their social media, we can see, like we briefly mentioned, over on X, they have a decent following. Not anything crazy, not anything too big, but with only 5,700 followers, they're able to have this community right here of 3,500 members, which is very valuable. Also on Telegram, they have 4,300, nearly 4,400 subscribers in their Telegram, and this is converting to a very, very impressive market cap, right around 21 million. So if we're looking at just in terms of technicals right now for this project, we're at a very key level where I would want to see Zeus coin be able to break above this resistance that we're at right now of right around 4,879, 489. So right around that 5.0 range, and then we can start rallying higher. Really, we're not talking about in terms of number of zeros before the token price, but you could see exactly this key resistance that we're at right now is right around that 5 range. So keep an eye out on that level, because if we're able to close this on the close above it on the 4-hour charts, I think it's very likely that then we could see it start to rally and start to reclaim those highs that we saw earlier in June before we saw altcoins really take a big hit, because it wasn't just meme coins. We saw all altcoins take a really big hit back at the beginning of June. So looking at the overall market, what's going on with Zeus, there's really a lot to like, because like I said, we're seeing Ethereum become more and more prominent right now. A lot of people are starting to take some of their profits from Bitcoin and are putting it into Ethereum, into large cap projects. And right now we're in this phase 2 where Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin, and we're starting to just see the beginnings of this. We're going to then see more and more money trickle into large caps and altcoin season. And so right now is the best time to get involved with meme coins, specifically on Ethereum's blockchain, because people have been ignoring Ethereum meme coins for quite a while now. And now we're finally starting to see things pick back up for Ethereum's blockchain. So Zeus is available not on any major exchanges, but you can get it on Uniswap. You can see it on like Dex Screener and Dex Tools if you want to follow the charts, do some technical analysis. But in terms of the numbers, they have $710,000 of liquidity, around a $21 million market cap. They're seeing thousands of transactions take place every single day, and this is without even having any top exchange listings, like nothing. So once we start to see them get listed on major exchanges, I think this project could easily be a few $100 million market cap, if not more. So an easy 10x from where we're currently at.